God, I'm going to be sick. So Grace lost her engagement ring today, and I'm going to tell you what happened while I make mac and cheese. Passed it in. Hey Siri, set an 8-minute timer. So our boys, Vincent and George, have been a bit under the weather. So while she was in one room with Vincent, I was with George in our room. She'd fallen asleep fully clothed, and then in between doing bottle runs and cow bottle runs for both the boys, she'd taken her earrings out and her engagement ring off and put it in the pocket of her joggers. Use the seasonings. So she wakes up and finds that the earrings are on the floor, but there's no engagement ring. Cue hysteria. So she comes bursting into our room, and fair play to her, she owns up straight away and says she's lost her engagement ring. So I try not to panic. Meanwhile, Grace is in floods of tears, and then we start retracing her movements throughout the night. Upstairs, downstairs, our room, Vincent's room, George's room, the lot. Can't find it anywhere. Vincent even chimed in at one point and said, I found them and threw them away, and started laughing, which obviously didn't help the situation. After everywhere had been searched 3 or 4 times, the only logical explanation she could come up with was that after she had been to the bathroom during the night, the ring had fallen out of her joggers and gone down the toilet and had now been flushed away. And so cue even more hysteria. Being the loving and devoted fiancé that I am, I go outside. Oh my God, I'm going to be sick. I go outside and I lift up the manhole cover. Oh my God, the smell was horrific. I'm going to be sick. Oh my God. I lift up the manhole cover and start physically moving human shit out the way with some tools to try and see if a sparkly diamond ring had fallen down the toilet. Thank God that bit's over. Whew. So after I come back in and disinfect myself and find Grace lying on the bedroom floor, an absolute shell of herself because she's devastated that she's lost her engagement ring, I have a little idea and I decide to ask Vincent again if he's seen the rings. And so I ask him as politely and as calmly as possible so that he doesn't think he's in trouble. And I say, Vincent, have you seen Mummy's earrings and engagement ring? And I know a lot of you don't know Vincent, but he's super animated. And he says, yes, I have seen them. There was 2 gold ones and there was 1 blue and silver one. They were in my bed and I picked them up and I threw them. And at this point, I'm losing my mind because I'm like, where have they gone? So I calmly ask him again, do you remember which direction you threw them in? And he says, I threw them at my wardrobe. And so I'm like, oh God, Vincent, have you actually thrown them at your wardrobe? Because we've checked everywhere 3 or 4 times. Because he's told me that twice now, I think, oh well, I'm going to go and check. And so I start ripping everything out of that wardrobe, bit by bit. And would you believe it? There's a little blue and silver engagement ring nestled in with all the clothes in his wardrobe. He's literally woke up in the middle of the night, seen these 3 rings in the middle of his bed, picked them up and launched them down to the bottom of the bed. Anyway, I find the ring. I tell Grace, cue mass hysteria this time. But I did learn something today, and it's that when your kids tell you something, you should listen. They're much smarter than you give them credit for. Oh, yeah, beauty. That looks class. So anyway, yeah, she has her ring back, so all is right with the world. And I went wading through human shit for no reason at all. But look at this mac and cheese, though. God, that's good. I'll see you in the next one.